What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Who will dethrone all the current championships? Here's the thing, I do this every month. It's usually at the middle to end of every month. I purposely did it because of Saturday Night's main event this year. I guess this month, to keep it after that, just in case if something would happen. Also, the U.S. title. I wanted to wait till the IC title for women's. I feel like that's going to be an end of or the beginning at the Raw debut instead. So can't do it. So let's just get started because we have a lot of champions technically now. 2 added champions. Cody Rhodes. Who do I think? I'm not going to spend too much time on a lot of these because I feel like I go over every single video. I still think it's going to be Randy Orton. I think it's going to be some way in a singles feud, in a triple threat, whatever it might be. But my dark horse is Kevin Owens now. I have had The Rock, I've had Cena, I've had Punk, I've had Braun Breaker here. I believe the story they have of Cody Rhodes, I would not, and I mean I would not be shocked if they somehow convince me and convince the world that Kevin Owens in a triple threat or some way wins the title from Cody Rhodes. Oh my God, what do I hope that happens. I'm going to keep him here because it's just 1 month that I can keep him here. Because the next month, guess what? I could put The Rock back up depending on how this feud goes. But Cody Rhodes, right now, in my predictions that I have going on throughout this, which hopefully you've seen the video about this, why I have all these predictions behind me. I am expecting him to Cody Rhodes to lose the title in 2025. So prayers up to see if he starts losing this title. Up next, we have Nia Jax. I believe Nia Jax will still be dethroned by Tiffany Stratton or Charlotte Flair. I don't think that there's anybody else right now on the roster I would give it to for Nia Jax. I think it's going to be in a triple threat probably, or not triple threat, sorry, in a match with Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair. And then Tiffany Stratton cashes in on that match. And so it could be Charlotte Flair winning it and then Tiffany Stratton cashes in, or Tiffany Stratton cashing in on both of them and she wins the match there. I see that more likely than not because I want Tiffany Stratton to pin a Nia Jax, but I think this is where we're going at for obviously Nia Jax. Shinsuke Nakamura is now to the video, so everybody welcome Shinsuke. Say thank you for winning the US title. Hopefully they update him with a good picture because that picture does not give him justice with his character right now. Who do I think? I still think it's going to be LA Knight. I think they're going to give it back to LA Knight. It just might be at Royal Rumble, for example, and not something else. But my dark horse, which I think you could give, Carmella Hayes, somebody from the Bloodline, whatever it might be, Andrade even. My dark horse right now is AJ Styles. I think they were going to run AJ Styles back with LA Knight possibly, or have something with him and Carmella Hayes, truthfully. I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles could easily have a feud where they this goes all the way to WrestleMania, and maybe by then AJ Styles is healed. If not, then maybe it could be after WrestleMania. I don't know. I believe that AJ Styles has a title run still in him, and I'm going with AJ Styles as dark horse for now. Everyone also, welcome Chelsea Green to the video. Never in my life did I think Chelsea Green would be here in these type of videos, but the U.S. title, obviously, she is the owner of it. Hopefully we get a good U.S. title picture coming soon. Who do I think? Now, this is a very, and I mean very fresh title reign. So, technically, is it really possible we find out who wins it off of her soon? I think Meechin's a good answer to have in the future, but I'm going a different route. Let's talk about who I think. I think Roxanne Perez is going to be the one to dethrone Chelsea Green. I'm expecting, and this is one of my predictions that I have up here, that Roxanne Perez is going to get a main title call. She's going to, or not, I said main title, main roster call up. She's going to then insert herself with Chelsea Green in a potential feud and win it off of her and really develop her as one of the bigger stars moving forward for WWE. And I say it's likely it's going to be with Chelsea Green than something else because Chelsea Green and Roxanne have already have a little talk recently against each other. And I like Chelsea Green to be somebody that Roxanne Perez goes against for this title, and Roxanne Perez and her really create a good feud. But it could also be just a babyface against Chelsea Green, but I think they operate Chelsea Green more as a babyface, in my opinion, in the near future because of how over she is. Dark Horse is Piper Niven. I think we could see a way where Piper Niven turns on Chelsea Green or some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's a way to push Piper to the get a mid card and to keep developing her. And if that is the case, could be with Chelsea Green would probably be the most interesting story I could see. Rather than maybe Roxanne Perez getting it. But that is a good call that I feel confident with, but maybe it could be Michin or somebody else called up, or somebody like a Jordan Grace was somebody I was actually originally going to do for the Dark Horse. DIY is up next. Welcome DIY back to winning the tag titles. Who do I think? I like the Street Profits right now. I think the Street Profits are destined to win tag titles here soon. And you know what? Truthfully, babyface Street Profits that seem maybe more, killer, let's just say, to a heel DIY could be an interesting story. And I would actually love to see that happen and Street Profits to win. My dark horse is still going to be Motor City Machine Guns. I could see a way where they win it back. Right now, the tag division is doing very well. Of anybody could win at any time right now. And there's interchangeable tag teams that actually feel like they are truthfully could win at any time. And I can see Motor City Machine Guns, can't say that 5 times fast, that could possibly come back and be a DIY because of the feud that they have and what's been going on with them. Next up, Bianca Belair and Naomi with the tag team women's titles. Here's the thing. Is it Naomi? Is it Jade Cargill still technically? I don't really know. So I have Jade Cargill here for now. We don't really know till this next SmackDown. Who do I think? I'm still going to go with Pure Fusion Collective, and my dark horse is still going to be Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria from last video. I'm starting to feel a little less confident with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. I could see him not go this route. I could see him going maybe they win it. Maybe Nia Jax and Candice LeRae do win it off of Bianca Belair and Naomi. But I haven't seen anything with that yet, so we'll have to see with that. But I still think, and here's the only reason why I'm still saying Pure Fusion Collective, they have to make this stable look strong, and they have to make the stable look like a real stable that could win. And they need gold. If they don't have gold, I can't 100%, I don't feel like I can 100% buy in on them potentially being winners, truthfully. They haven't been on TV. Only Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler were in the IC title run. I'm going to say that it's Pure Fusion Collective, and it's because of a meltdown or something like that. I'd rather it be that than anything else right now at this point. Up next, Trick Willie. 2-time Trick Willie. I think it's Obafemi. I think it's going to happen very, very soon. I think Trick Williams' time is tick-tick-tocking. And then I think we have for the dark horse Ricky Stark still. If he would come and it would happen at a Paula Stand and Deliver. Something like that. But I still think it's Obafemi. I almost said nothing for the dark horse. It's going to be Obafemi. Up next, we have Roxanne Perez. I think it's going to be Julia with the Iron Survivor. I predicted Julia last time. I still believe it's Julia. Stephanie Vauquier is another interesting one that I still believe could happen. But I tend to swing towards Julia for now. And I believe that it's probably going to be Julia. Tony D'Angelo. Okay. I'm going to still predict Ridge Holland. I think Ridge Holland is developing himself. Could I see him going to the main roster soon? Likely. Very, very likely. But when I'm looking at heels that could potentially take out Tony D'Angelo right now, it's like Wesley, Ethan Page, and he just beat Ethan Page, and I think he's getting called up soon. There's not really a lot of heels I like that goes against the Tony D'Angelo. But I have Sean Spears as well. That's kind of a heelish character, kind of a leader of a faction. And he's more NXT and I think deserves the title to kind of grow himself as well. Fallon Henley is here. I think she was here last time. I'm going to go Zarya still. I still believe Zarya is going to get a title run here soon. Could also be Jordan Grace, depending. And that's who I have next. I think Jordynne Grace is WWE bound for 2025. I think she's probably going to start in NXT. That's another prediction I have here. And I say we give her a title. We need to build Jordynne Grace into the next upcoming star for WWE, and she's very young. So I could see Zarya. I could see Jordynne Grace. It's one or the other, in my opinion. And for now, I'm going to say Jordynne Grace is a dark horse, but she could easily become my favorite coming up here soon. Next, we have Nathan Frazier and Axiom, which thought they were going to lose to No Quarters Catch Crew. Instead, they don't. So who do I think right now? I'm going to go with this kind of feud that we're having, or the stable that's being created with Spears, Vance, and Jensen. I think it makes a lot of sense to have them win some gold if they're making this kind of stable together. Probably more Vance is going to be involved other than Spears. But it could be a way to really, I don't know, take off the titles off Frazier and Axiom, because they are growing and they are looking like, truthfully, Fraxium looks like they are one of the best, if not the best tag team right now in all of WWE. Interested to see what route they're going to take to see when these tag team titles go off them. Dark Horse, I have Lucian and I'm Bronco. I don't know why I started blanking on their names. I can see a way where they maybe try to push them. I mean, and let me be very clear. I'm not like I'm watching NXT every week. Like sometimes I am missing NXT. I still, catch up with NXT. The way that they came out against the match at Deadline against Fraxium and No Quarters Catch Crew, I believe that they're starting to believe in this tag team a little more. And when you're looking at tag teams for NXT, there's not really much, I would say, truthfully. So maybe they push these two. I don't know. There's really I have no idea. Someone has to be made. I originally had, somebody gets pushed down and to get them, but I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens yet, truthfully. Because I think Jada Parker and them would be a good stable if they could have the titles and Jada Parker goes for singles gold. Up next, we have Gunther. Who do I think? I'm going to say John Cena still. I think John Cena, in the end of the day, is going to get that title one way or the other. I'm going to say from Gunther for now. My dark horse for this is CM Punk. I could see a way where Gunther maybe loses the title before WrestleMania, and maybe it's due to Goldberg or something, and Goldberg and Gunther have a match. But I could see CM Punk being the one to really take the title off Gunther to then have a WrestleMania match, however, or maybe that is the match at WrestleMania. We'll have to see. Liv Morgan, it's Rhea Ripley. There's no one else really, but it's Io Sky as well. Io Sky's my dark horse. She just lost, so I don't think that she's really that big of a dark horse. It is going to be Rhea Ripley. It's going to be Rhea Ripley whenever their match happens. Next time they have a match, Rhea Ripley wins. Truthfully, that's it. Up next, we have Braun Breaker. There's a lot of possibilities. I'm going with what I've gone the past video, which is Sheamus. I think Sheamus makes a lot of sense to win it to become the Grand Slam. Maybe that's the WrestleMania match for Braun Breaker. But I could see a way it's Dominic Mysterio. I think John Cena could, because if John Cena wins it off Breaker, it won't be that big of a loss. And then maybe John Cena gives the title to somebody else, and then maybe that person gives it to Sheamus, whatever it might be. I have a thought in my head that it's Breaker to Cena, Cena to Dominic Mysterio, Dominic to Sheamus. That's what I'm kind of going as. And then I think Sheamus to Ludwig. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Or maybe even Sheamus to Finn. Or even Dominic to Finn, to maybe a babyface more Finn to Sheamus. But he's, I don't know. It gets fuzzy sometimes. Okay. That's the prediction. I don't feel that confident on it, honestly. I originally had Bronson Reed, but with him out till WrestleMania, don't see it anymore. I think it's going to be Sheamus or John Cena, truthfully. Up next, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship, because there is no winners at this moment for me. Who do I think? I'm going to say Dakota Kai. I believe Dakota Kai is the one that's going to win it, because I believe in her being someone that's going to, reinstate Damage Control as a good faction. Could be Io Sky, maybe, if Io Sky replaces Kairi Sane. I just watched the most recent episode of Raw, and Kairi Sane got injured. Maybe Asuka. If Asuka comes back and replaces Kairi Sane, then I'm going to guess they might put it on Asuka, but that's a big if. I think it could be someone who just replaces Kairi Sane if they want to throw someone. Oh, could it be Becky Lynch? I just thought about that. Any of those three, if they replace them, even if they don't replace Kairi Sane, then I still think it's Dakota Kai. But if they do, it could be one of those three who I just said. I think just out of this tournament so far, we have Lyra Valkyria, Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and then whoever comes out the three. It is Lyra Valkyria or Dakota Kai. I don't think there's a chance they put on Zoe Stark. I think these two would make it. I think Lyra Valkyria would make it more of a workhorse championship. I think Dakota Kai would make it I think it would also, be a workhorse as well. But here's the thing. Lyra Valkyria has not been on TV for a little bit now. And that's the only thing that makes me not want to choose her for this, because they did not put her on TV. And I think Dakota Kai makes a lot of sense to be the one to, put it on. There's a lot of people love her in the community. Good has been one of the better heels in the community, even though she's a babyface right now. Has the moveset, young, build up this championship and build up a star. I would build up Dakota Kai. I think Lyra Valkyria will get her chance later on in the future. Next, we have the War Raiders. I'm recording this right after Raw, right when the War Raiders won. So this is fresh off my mind. This is literally just who I thought right now. My immediate thoughts right now is the New Day. The heel New Day against these babyface War Raiders just fit too perfect. And I have to say, New Day should, and I mean should, win tag titles in 2025 with the heat they have. This is the perfect time to do it. Will it happen? I don't know. I think it needs to. And I think the War Raiders is the perfect way to do it. Another heel faction that when I'm looking at heels that could do it, I was originally going to say maybe it is American made, but I expect them to go to Raw. I'm going to say AOP. I think Final Testament needs a push as a top faction and top stable. So I would rather go War Raiders against AOP to really establish AOP as a good tag team. But I likely say the New Day probably wins them. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.